Lately it's become quite a bit of a drag to get new figures because they all seem to be some bullshit exclusives, or if you're my local Walmart stock, oops, all rebels. I've also grown kind of weary about the amount of G1 that's getting stuffed into the year, and I'm to the point where I'll believe just about anything you tell me. Airwave and Ironworks getting sold with some Micromaster repaints as a space station set? Big friggin' deal. Power Dashes getting made in weaponizers? Wow, how I've seen that before. But then something amazing happened. In a loop of history, right when Hasbro started running out of ideas, something truly defiant of the status quo came in and blew our faces off harder than you're about to smash that goddamn like button. Cringeworthy shit aside, something incredible, something beyond imagination, something like Robot Animorphs set Civil War! Beast Wars came out on September 16th, 1996, with one of the ballsiest concepts of all time, breaking the entire backbone of Transformers by making it a series about robots who transformed into animals. The Predacons and Maximals waged their battle to destroy your motherfucking bank account. And then you have this little shit. I don't care how much hate I get, Rattrap has been one of my favorite characters from Beast Wars from the get-go. A capable spy and shit-grinning rat guy, this person was on top of the internet's raging hate boner for no real reason. I love this fucking idiot so much. His realist personality and smart attitude made him one of the most infinitely entertaining characters to come out of Beast Wars, especially with his favorite, totally heroic catchphrase.
We're all gonna die.
Okay, I gotta give the sculptors credit on this thing. They've been absolutely killing it for the last 10 years. The texturing of fur being applied to hard plastic should not be possible, but they did as good as they can possibly get. I love how the white on the nose of the rat blends into the gray, making it feel like a natural and organic paint scheme. The eyes have fucking pupils this time, so his beast mode won't be some I Am Legend shit like Cheetor. Even the ears are painted in a way that makes them blend into the head so nicely, with the pink paint being applied to the inside of it. But oopsie poopsie, the goddamn seam lines return. Beast Wars figures have always been this way. It's just in their nature to have them. The Masterpiece figures haven't even been able to perfect this yet, so given the fact that they're organic perfected robot modes, they're never going to be able to blend into perfectly organic animal modes. Especially not with the budgetary constraints involved with the new $10 core class figures. The detail on the rat toes feels a smidge bit fused and muted together, and this was probably for safety reasons because rats have some sharp-ass shredder feeties. I used to work at a pet store, and rats are actually really smart, clean, and social animals. Oh yeah, you can also mount the most irritating and easy to lose gun on earth into the side of the rat mode for extreme rat weapon storage. You can also have him stand on his back legs like in the show, but this will involve having his robot head half hanging out and pretty much all of his robot guts being exposed from the front. It can look decent from certain angles, but it's not that great. The robot mode, on the other hand, is fucking god tier. So let's transform this little bitch. The transformation on past Legends class figures has pretty much been like 3 steps total, but Rattrap has some engineering beyond a lot of deluxes from the past. The way the legs turn themselves inside out from being a knot can be mildly confusing, but it's just the amalgamation of 2 ball joints twisting on their sockets. I love how the head satisfyingly folds into the chest, seamlessly to reveal the robot head, but I'm not too keen on the fact that the head was attached via a soft ratchet joint. It wound up snapping in half down the middle like on Bolt Matrix's Chromar copy and my copy of Rattrap. I was able to fix it with just a smidge bit of nail glue outside of the mushroom peg to which it was attached, but this is a sign of Hasbro QC again acting like a dick. Speaking of dicks, his shoulder joints are very irritating to me. They fold up on a single hinge system, which I understand given the budgetary constraints, but they don't lock in when I try to animate walk cycles, so it just winds up looking like the fucking wacky arm-man flailing tube emporium from Family Guy or whatever grew a pair of legs and started running down the street. Other than that, the robot mode is pretty much perfect. The slimmed down silhouette and refinement of the sculpted made some people think it would be a downsizing of the Legends tier, but he is about the exact same size as Beachcomber. The difference is he isn't literally a few rectangles, a 1980s cheesemo visor, and some hippy dippy dipshit energy. The refinement of the sculptage on this line is absolute god tier. The head sculpt is a dead ringer of his cartoon accuracy, and even what it has what I can easily say are the smallest goddamn sculpted teeth in history. It was not essential for them to do this, but they even managed to paint something you would need a microscope to see in a gorgeous shade of silver, akin to that of his exposed brain module at the crown of his head. With this level of sculptage houses articulation. His head rotates, his shoulders move out and rotate weirdly, bicep bend and rotation, universal hips, double jointed knees, and ankle tilt. Ankle tilt! Ankle tilt! When it comes to Legend set class figures, finding one that has ankle tilt not related to the transformation is like the lazy eyebrow reviewer finding them brakes on Cliff Jumper. The balance and user friendliness of the animation process is so god tier, I managed to get a friggin' run cycle in on him. And yes, it's unrefined and clumsy, but Jesus Christ. A figure this small would normally make me want to punch a hole in a wall even attempting to animate it with it, because of how concise and painfully accurate each and every movement has to be. But this thing makes me want a goddamn party. And as much as I don't like to use the term budget masterpiece to avoid giving Hasbro and Takara the idea they can start charging masterpiece prices on average mainline deluxe class figures, I have to say it, okay? Rattrap is a budget masterpiece. The budgetary constraints between this thing with the parts count, the paint scheme, the articulation, the engineering, and everything else that went into it makes this feel literally like a budget masterpiece. There's no other way of me even being able to describe this thing. When Rattrap comes out to an average accessible mainline market and you're looking for Beast Wars stuff, you bet your ass you should be getting this thing, because Rattrap in my eyes, I can't believe I'm saying this, is a 10 out of 10. I don't give that score lightly. I gave Combiner Wars Ultra Magnus a 9.5. He does have his flaws, but the few that he has feel basically non-existent. Next week it's going to be Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, because I had to go on a tangent about how important they are to Transformers as a brand. Until then, try not losing your shit. Ankle tilt!